Alright everyone, welcome back. After a little bit of an unanticipated break, we're back racing again here in the Cubecar Championship Series. We are at race number 15 of the schedule. We are only 5 races to go after this is done. Actually, technically it's 5 counting this race, then our last segment consisting of Coca-Cola Super Speedway, Bristol, the Chicago Street Course, and Homestead Miami Speedway. So that is going to be the finale, or the final few races of the season. Starting on pole for tonight's race is the 82 of Sad Knuckles, so he is locked in to the All-Star race, even though he is a field filler. So
drivers, to your
even though he is
cars.
not contending for points, he is still going to be in the All-Star race. So good on him.
Drivers, start your engines.
We'll get this race underway. So a little bit of notes before this race starts. A little bad camera angle there. Our championship points leader after last race has switched. It is now the 17 of Tosto by 2 points over Packmobile, I believe. And he is starting deep in the field, but so is the 97. And the 13 of Gogomobile is now 4th in points. He starts relatively far up. He starts just outside the top 10. And then Daisy, currently 3rd in points, she starts in the mid-pack. And a track like this in Phoenix, it is so very easy to pass in so many different ways. So we're going to see a lot of positions being swapped out in this race. This race didn't even get finished last season, so hopefully we'll get to see all of Phoenix's action here today. 156 laps here at this track to decide who wins this race here in the desert. And I really hope the stream doesn't have many issues because I just updated my motherboard today, so green flag is out and we're racing at Phoenix. And let me change my lights to reflect that. There we go. Dragonite gonna take it all the way to the bottom to go down on the yellow line. That is allowed on this track. You can pass below the line. And it is very much required if you want to pass at this track. But Sad Knuckles holding his own on the top lane. Will he lead the first lap here at Phoenix? Looks like he will. He got a great run out of turn number 4, and he's going to lead the first lap. Now this track is a little different compared to other tracks on the schedule. It technically has 5 corners, but only 4 of them are marked on the track. Here's turn 1, and now they're going into turn 2. This is the old turn 3 and turn 4, and coming up here is where the old finish line used to be at this track before they demolished those grandstands and moved the finish line. Now they're going into turn 3, and now into turn 4. So now exiting turn 4, and across the line, Dragonite's going to be leader. And now they go into the dog leg, its own separate corner. As look at Sisyphus going way down there, making some moves. You can see they're going almost 4 wide in the dog leg. That's how they like to race here at Phoenix. They go very wide and try and get as many positions on the inside as they can. You'll see more of it happening through the mid pack, but this group right here is definitely one to watch. They are so tightly formed up together that one small mistake could send you right into the wall, especially on that dog leg. You start seeing them fan out. Look at Grimnir Nation is 66. Technically the previous winner of this track, even though he is a rookie this season. Under the same owner, though, as a previous winner, but that was under 8. Technical rain delay. I mean, my power went out during that stream, and it was after halfway, so that technically counts as a rain delay, right? But Sad Knuckles leading the field right now. In the 82, Dragonite is 2nd. Curb is now 3rd. Shadow now moving up to 4th. He's been on a hot streak recently. Meloetta is a potentially a championship contender. She's up to 5th as she tries to get around the 11 of Pac, who's having a pretty good qualifying run, that 11 car. Sisyphus up to 7th. Hubris falls back to 8th. 9th is Among Us, and 10th, or at least going to be 10th, is the 45 of Raccoon. So he's having a pretty decent run in order to try and go for a championship defense, which looking less and less likely every week, but I don't know, he could still string up a good next few races. The highest running cube that is currently in potential battle for the championship is the 44 of Daisy right now, as she is right on the outside of the 74 of Cold Steel, also having a pretty decent run. But as we go back to the back of the pack, let's check out where Tosto is. Packmobile's actually fallen off quite a bit since the start of this race. He's back to 34th. Not what the 2nd place car in points needs to see. Meanwhile, Tosto is now running the outside line. He's up to 25th on the last lap. He's going to try and go around both Tram and Haruhi. Tram is also doing pretty well in points right now. He does not need a bad finish here today, so he's going to need to put in some elbow grease to try and get some more points towards the end of this race. Now Daisy going to the inside lane, trying to pass the 45 of Raccoon, and it looks like she's going to get that spot ahead of the 45 on the next lap. There's last week's winner at Nashville, Spark It Up, coming off fresh off of that first win, looking to get past the 44 of Daisy here, and is going to get off to her bottom in onto the turn 2. So now starting to decently spread out this field. Sad Knuckles actually starting to run away with the lead a little bit, but Curb, one of the best on short tracks, is looking to make his way to the lead closer and closer every lap. Just moving some stuff on my desk real quick. Now that he has cleared Dragon Knight, he's going to go way down the dog leg and try and catch up to that 82, who has a pretty good lead. Hawk is now up to 5th, passing Shadow in the 3. An upset win from that 11 would be an excellent showing for that team. Shadow now falls back to 6th. Sisyphus back down to 7th. Hubris to 8th. Daisy now to 9th, and Spark It Up is now in the top 10 as Goob and Among Us both fall out of the top 10. And looks like Gogomobile's fallen back a little bit. He's been passed by Grimnir Nation. He's back to 20th, and now under fire from the 56 of Suncube. Short tracks seem to be the worst. Oh my god, Windows, I don't care. For some reason, after I updated my motherboard, it wants me to sign into an old account that I can't even access anymore. It's so annoying. It's my old account that I used to use for class, but they deleted it because it was associated with an email I can't access anymore, and it's just really annoying. I'll have to get the capture set up for the game so that stuff like that doesn't come up in the future, but it is extremely annoying. Although I will have you know, this is a perfectly legal version of Windows with signed in with a perfectly normal account. It has just started pestering me with that today after I updated my motherboard, but let's see what Klonoa can do battling with the 56 of Suncube. And further back down the field. Also, I might as well mention that both Packmobile and the One Piece had an identical lap time in qualifying. Just wanted to point that out. But currently, fastest lap of the race is the 98 of Spark It Up, followed by Daisy, then Sad Knuckles, then Whimsicott, then Curb. So that's your fastest top 5 right now. But Curb is currently catching up to our leader by quite a bit. We're going to focus on him right now. Meloetta now trying to go for 3rd on the 23 of Dragonite here. Gonna dive down to the inside. Thankfully, no rain outside tonight to shorten this race, or no storms or anything like that. Back of the pack is business as usual. Much of the field fillers, and Road Toad having a pretty bad race. He has been good all season. He's won 2 races, and he's really struggling here at this track. He's all the way back at 37th. Packmobile not doing too good either. He's back in 33rd. Bowser, another points contender. I believe he is 5th in points before this race started. He's all the way back at 31st. A lot of points guys having bad races today. Points leader Tosto is up to 26th, but not doing too well. The highest racing points cube, I guess, is Igus, considering she's in the top 10 in points, but she's running 15th. Gogomobile is 4th in points. Actually, no, I think he's like 8th in points now after his last place finish. Gentle Cat in the 71 has just had a tire go down. And, oh, he's way down the dog leg. He's going to probably cause some issues, but no, he's going to get out of harm's way as these guys go 3 wide in turn 2. And Space Cube, bold move by that 31. Almost got turned by the 26 of U-Haul. The Gentle Cat with a very disappointing season for a full-time contender. He has a tire go down. He's going to come down pit road as Sad Knuckles is going to put him a lap down. So Shadow and Hubris running together once again. Spark It Up, putting that speed to the test. He is now up to 7th. He has a pretty decent chance to win 2 races in a row if he can get up to the front here today. Whimsicott and Sisyphus looks like battling for that last spot in the top 10. And it looks like a left side tire went down on that 71. So Whimsicott is the last keep in the top 10, but Pocket and Goob potentially could go for it as well. But Pocket's starting to fall off a little bit now. Maybe that field filler engine I put in him is really starting to kick in, as Cold Steel and Igus are both catching up to him really quick. But Gogomobile in the 13, in some heavy traffic right now, with Mr. Kill to his inside, or both Mr. Kill and Raccoon and Premier Nation to his outside. He really needs to have a good finish after his last place finish at Nashville last week. A race that went caution-free, by the way, but he's just looking for a good finish to close off this week, as this will be perhaps the only race we run this week. I'm not sure. I think I'll run Coca-Cola Super Speedway tomorrow. It just depends on what my schedule is, but Heihachi, who's also pretty good in points, also having a pretty slow race. Yeah, short track seem to be these guys' slowest track, at least most of the points leaders. But the 1 points leader who's pretty good at short tracks, or not points leader, but points contender, is the 01 of Curb, having a very solid day today. Has caught up to our leader. Sad Knuckles is going to look on the outside, not going to make it work. Here comes the 7 of Meloetta on the bottom as well, potentially trying to make a pass for the lead. As these three have practically checked out, away from Dragonite in 4th, and then Shadow in 5th. Hubris, oh wow, did you see that right there? Hubris gave a little bit of bumper to the back of the 98 of Spark It Up and moves him out of the way. However, that 98 is going to keep the position for now. He did not like that at all. That's just classic short track racing for you. Looks like Meloetta's falling off a little bit, trying to battle for the lead. So Curb desperately trying to lead some laps here. That is 5 bonus points. You do need those 5 bonus points if you want to have even more of a shot at contending for a championship each week. So he is dangerously close. He's fallen off a little bit, but he's still really close to the bumper of that 82, Sad Knuckles. The Cube de Baguette has also fallen off quite a bit in recent races. Was all the way up to the top 5 in points at one point, which is pretty good for a field filler, but I think that low speed has started to kick in for that car, and now he's having a pretty bad season. He's now under fire from both Ruhi in the 55 and Bowser in the 85. We're both decent enough in points. Or Bowser more or less a championship contender, potentially, if he has more good races, but right now he is not having a good run at all. There's your point leader, Tosto, who still could be the points leader after this race if Pac-Mobile continues to falter. But Daisy and Gogomobile are both ahead of him, and Daisy could easily take the points lead away. She is running, well, she's now up to 5th now, or 4th or 5th. Actually, she is 5th now, I believe, if she gets past Shadow here, which is going to be close, but she doesn't get it. And here comes Hubris on the, oh, yeah. Damn, that yawn totally ruined that call. As Hubris makes a really good pass to the inside on the apron to pass both Daisy and Shadow. And Whimsicott as well also tried to make that move and, well, failed. As Cold Steel is falling back a little bit. Grimmer Nation is now catching up to Sheepmobile, trying to pass him for a spot. And Sad Knuckles is doing a pretty good job holding that defensive line, I should say, ahead of the 01 of Curb. I think Curb's best corners are turns 1 and 2. He's alright on the straightaways, but it looks like Sad Knuckles is better than him in turns 3 and 4, as he does, yeah, he is gaining more position or more time on the 01 in turns 3 and 4, so that is exactly what he needs. Now Spark It Up has passed Dragonite for 4th. Remember, he has the fastest lap of the race by about 14 tenths over the 44 of Daisy, who is also really fast right now battling with Shadow. But he could potentially catch up to these 3 leaders if Gentle Cat slows him down enough, which he definitely could. So let's see how that will shape up for a lead trio as Curb now making a move to the inside with Gentle Cat slowing down our leader, Sad Knuckles. They're going to be side by side across the finish line, but the 82 still leads it. But now Curb, oh, he might have messed it up on the dog leg. And now Meloetta could potentially go for second, but she's not going to make too many moves as now Curb almost doors the 82 of Sad Knuckles out of the way. He really wants this lead. He wants those 5 bonus points in order to gain some more points on the championship lead, which he could technically get this lap if he wanted to. He's going to try again, but will he lead the lap this time? I don't think he will. The outside line is just so much better coming to the start-finish line than it is in some of the other corners. Tell that to Daniel Hemrick, the Mickey Mouse Xfinity champion from a few years ago. But now Curb has the advantage into turn 2. The corner I said he's best at, but he's still not clear of the 81. And Sad Knuckles just has an amazing run on the straightaway. Curb is going to get a better dive bomb, but I still don't think he's got it. He has to work harder than the 82 does in turns 3 and 4 as he lost some more momentum there at the start-finish line. And Daisy has cleared both Shadow and Whimsicott and is now giving chase to the 07 of Hubris and 23 of Dragonite right in front. Back in the pack, they're starting to spread out quite a bit. I don't think we'll see too much interesting competition throughout this race, considering this track is so wide. And yeah, most of our leaders are starting to thin out a bit now, but Spark It Up is still catching, but not too much to our lead trio. But now Curb has lost any chance he has to try and pass at the moment. Never mind, he's going to take a big run, but he brakes in the corner. Maybe to avoid colliding with the 82, but now he's lost a bunch of momentum. Meloetta can't seem to pass him. And all this fighting is going to allow the 98 to Spark It Up to try and catch up to these 3. And Curb just cannot find the speed on the back straightaway. And neither in turns 3 and 4 is Meloetta now trying to make it way on the outside. She gets a little bit of a run, but not. She's actually going to take second place away from Curb here. If she can dive down and clear him, no, not going to work. And here comes the 98. Try and spice things up a little bit. Something real quick. If anything happens, I probably won't be able to see it, but I'm just managing something real quick. Alright, the issue has been managed, and now we're back to racing. There's nothing wrong with this stream, it's just something in a Discord server that had to be dealt with. Nothing too crazy. But now let's look at the rest of our points contenders. Tosto still running 26th under fire from both Klonoa and Heihachi. now trying to make a run on the bottom lane with help from the 93 of the One Piece, who's still having a pretty good run. One of the better field fillers in this race, besides maybe the 11, who's still just outside the top 10 under fire from Mr. Kill. And the 19 all running by herself, and Sad Knuckles running away with the lead. Probably had to get around the 71, and now everyone else is getting around the 71. And, oh, kind of close for the 7 of Meloetta there. And they all got to clear her from the bottom lane. And they do, with no problems whatsoever. Oh yeah, by the way, when I was updating my drivers today for my PC, my monitor, my second monitor that I have my chat up at, had a driver update from 2015. And it was the last update for that monitor that was ever released, which is kind of crazy. I don't think anything changed though, because, well, it's a normal little business monitor, but oh well. It still does the job pretty well. But now Spark It Up, like I said, he's been fast all race so far. He's up to third, past Meloetta for that third place position. And he's looking for the lead with that speed. And let's see where Daisy is. She's up to fifth, and she's past Dragonite. So if she continues with her speed right now, she could also be up in this lead group. So Huber's trying to make a move on Whimsicott here for the 7th place position. And now they all form up once again, trying to get some draft off of each other. Tosto still dealing with heavy traffic. Now trying to make a move on the 93 of the One Piece. With only 4 races left to go after this, it's difficult to tell who will be the champion at the end, but there's definitely an outlook of who the best cars in the field are right now. Like the 17, definitely one of the best. The 97 at Pac-Mobile, definitely one of the best. He is second in points right now. Daisy's one of the best. Bowser's one of the best. Heihachi has been inconsistent, but he's been up there. Tram has been good on the road courses, so at the Chicago street course, expect him to be good, because that's our next road course race. Actually, no, I'm wrong. The next road course race is actually, yeah, it is still Chicago, so. Or actually, no, it is not Chicago. I completely forgot we're racing Montreal as the next race, which is a track that had a decent amount of action. Had a flip last time we ran it, so that was fun. But after Montreal is Coca-Cola, then Bristol, then Chicago, then Miami, so. Montreal will always be a fun track, even though we had one cube just straight up go into the tire barriers trying to get the pit road last time, so. That'll be a fun race for sure. Let me actually see how long that race went last time. Montreal, 1 hour 19, so yeah, it wasn't too terribly long. Probably because we only had like 2 cautions. Daisy and Whimsicott drafting off of each other, it looks like, to try and get back up to the field. They are gaining a little bit, but they're still about 3.7 seconds back of our leaders. Shadow now dealing with Dragonite, who's continuing to fall back. And Goob is now in the top 10. Igus has passed Grimnir Nation for 11th. Mr. Kill up to 13th. Hawk has fallen back. He's now dealing with Sisyphus, who was in the top 10, but now he's back to 16th. And Toaster looks like he's making up some spots now. He's up to 22nd. He's passed both Among Us and Suncube. So he's gaining more points that he so desperately needs. And Pac-Mobile still having a lot of struggles in 34th. Same with Road Toad, same with Bowser, all those guys that are just not having good days today that are usually pretty good in these races. Raccoon not doing too good either. He's fallen back to 18th. He started in the top 10, I believe. But Curb has made his way back up, potentially to our leader, Sad Knuckles, who has, I believe, led every lap so far in this race. So They're trying, but they're having a lot of trouble getting up to our leader, who has not led that many laps all that far in the season. He's going to try and run the outside while Spark It Up is making his way on the inside. And he will get second place there by a nose. Actually, no, he didn't. They tied on that lap. Or almost tied. It was a 0.53, 0.54, but the game said it tied, so I don't know. It looks the same to me, but they're just about even there. As the 82 continues to run away. Making another run on curb. Let's see if he can get past him this time. But like I said, that outside line is so much better on the start-finish line. If you're there, you'll basically keep your position for as long as you can. So that's why it's so hard for them to get past the 82, because he keeps getting forced up to the outside. And that's allowing him to get better runs than other teams on this track. So he is currently third fastest overall, so not a surprise that he's doing as good as he is right now. But coming up on our first round of pit stops relatively soon, anything can change. Because we've already through a fifth of this race so far, past lap 52. Bit of a battle. Oh, wow. Mr. Kill and Grimnir Nation making some contact right there. Glad I caught that. Those two got a little crazy going into turn 3. Almost turned the 66, but now Mr. Kill trying to make a move on the pretty much wayward 66 team, who has not done great all season. Oh, wow. Sheepmobile went really wide in that corner. That's technically a better thing because the outside's so much better, but still Curb having a lot of trouble catching up to the 82, trying and passing for the lead. Even our fastest cube on the track, the 89, or the 98, is having a lot of trouble passing people, but now he's going to try and make a move on Curb for second. It's going to be hard, though, because it's on the inside, but he's looking to make it work here. Maybe not, though. He's got to take a real dive bomb in there, which he's not doing, so Curb is once again going to have that spot. But they're getting really close together. He's really riding him up towards the wall. And he's going to make a move again. He's finally going to clear the 01 and have a chance to go for the lead. Side knuckles the reign of faster lap that both of them did last time, but wow, what a dive there by the 98 to spark it up to get to the back bumper of the 82. And now he could potentially have a battle for the lead. He's going to already take a look on the dog leg. He has a great run into turn 1. And he's looking for the lead, and he clears him. In one corner, he's going to clear the 82 and send him to the back, and we have a new leader for the first time tonight. Is the 98 Spark It Up, looking to make it 2 in a row. And boost his points, potentially make him a championship contender as well. He's been alright this season so far, but not too crazy. He is really looking forward to a great finish here today. now lap traffic is potentially a problem for these guys. They just easily cleared the 31 of Space Cube, but now they're having trouble catching up to Spark It Up. And with a new, or not Spark It Up, U-Haul and Galaga just ahead. So they're making it difficult for him to stay out in the lead. Oh, gets to the back of the 26 right there. Tries to move him out of the way. Now he goes to the top lane. Not really going to commit to that, though, as now Curb gets around Space Cube. That's going to allow Daisy to catch up a little bit, though. Her gap behind the leaders has shrunken significantly down to a 2.5 second gap, so she is gaining on the leaders by a little bit, which is nice. So Daisy rapidly catching up to the rest of the field as they're dealing with these lap cars. Sad Knuckles actually took the lead away from the 89 as he was getting past the U-Haul, and back out front will be the 82. There's been a rebellion, sir. I'm sorry, sir. It's time for you to leave. Spark It Up has caught right back up to our leader, but how long is it going to take him to get there, especially once the 95 of Lightning McQueen is hogging the top lane right now. Now Curb right behind the 98 trying to make a pass. And Milwaukee is back up here too, but Daisy way up the track trying to get around these lap cars. Gentlecat almost got into the back of U-Haul there. And Gentlecat is multiple laps down now. He is 2 down compared to everyone else that is going down a lap, being 1 lap down. So he's been dealing with these leaders for quite a while now. Daisy has cleared them, now looking to reduce her gap to the lead by... Now she's reduced it by half a second since the last time we talked about her. But now, these 3 still all by themselves, but now they're catching up to the O2 of Amori Jr. And there's Packmobile who could potentially go a lap down. But pit stop should be coming relatively soon. It's around lap 70, so... If you don't start seeing people coming on pit road soon, I'd be surprised at most, but... If they start pitting a little bit later, that's when I'd be a little bit worried. So let's see how the rest of this field can deal with the leaders closing in to them super fast. But it's really a battle between these four, technically five, to see how good they are on pit road during this upcoming round of green flag pit stops. Daisy trying to clear the 95, and if she does, she'll be in clean air to try and get to our leaders, but Spark It Up passes the 82 once again and will run away with a decent gap, half-second gap actually. And now Packmobile losing more spots, now to 70-sider, and he goes to 36th, so more trouble for our previous points leader. Maybe he'll have a better race at Montreal, but who knows. So now he's catching up on more lap traffic here. He's got Amori Jr. on his outside. Well, he's just passed Amori Jr. He's now catching up to his second place car and points. Probably won't be second place after this race for sure, though, with this performance. The 97 Packmobile. Probably where he finished last week, too, but we'll have to look back and see. Road Toad has gained a few spots since the start of this race, but he's still not doing too great. He's just past Bowser, who's also not having a good day. Same with Heihachi. Tosto's still on 22nd. And Gogomobile's fallen back to 21st. Tram not doing too well. A lot of the points guys just having terrible, terrible days. But a terrible day for some could be fruitful for those like Sheepmobile, Igus, and especially Daisy, who've been having great runs today. Yahweh indeed. What the hell is this? So now we're around lap 80, and now is the time where I think they can make it to the end on fuel if they do a one-stop strategy, which is what I'm assuming they're probably going to do, so. I don't even think they got to pit. Well, they did get to pit last time, because the race ran about 50 minutes last time, so we are past halfway, so. Now waiting for the first takers onto pit road as the lap times, well, tire fall off isn't too bad. It's still falling off, but not terribly. Not what I expected it to be. A lot of traffic though ahead of our leader as they're still trying to battle with they're still trying to get around Sad Knuckles. Curb has fallen back. Where in the world is the 01? Or he's in 4th, but where is he in 4th? No, he fell back to 6th. Or actually, maybe he did come down pit road. So maybe he's our first taker for green flag pit stops. Yes, he is. He is the one and only taker this lap. And Dragonite is in as well. Looks like Sad Knuckles is in. So is Gentle Cat, who already pitted, so he's going to pit the leaders. So Mr. Kill is in. 06 of Hedgerton is in. There's a good view right here. Looks like Heihachi is in, Tosto is in, so these are the early takers for pit road. Looks like Tram is in, Hawk is in, Klonoa is in, 70 Sider is in, Meloetta is in, McQueen, Hubris, Space Cube, and Grimir Nation are coming down pit road this time, so is Sisyphus. You can see the guys that started in the back have their early pit stops, or their early pit stalls, I mean. Gogomobile's in, and a lot of leaders, or a lot of guys coming in that time. Amori Jr. coming down. Looks like Bowser, Air Traffic Cone. 60 of Baguette, so it looks like Road Toad. Oh, Shadow and Gogomobile had a very close call on pit road there. Because he almost got into the tire barriers while trying to battle with him to get on pit road. That's what happens when you get into the pit road. Or that was the Gogomobile, that was Goob. Goob almost forced him into the tire barrier. He had to slow it down so he could actually get to his pit stall, which might actually hurt his overall track position after the pit stops end. But he led that last lap, so he is going to be credited with 5 bonus points. Good for him. He probably needs them if he wants to battle for the championship. So Crush Cube is in, Haruhi is in, so is Galaga, and the 26 of U-Haul, and I believe that is it in terms of everyone that had to come down pit road for service on the first and only round of green flag pit stops. So that means our leader is going to be curbed after this pit cycle is done. Looks like he benefited the most, so he is going to be your leader. Actually, no, I believe it's going to be Meloetta. Or yeah, maybe it is Curb. Where is it? Where is the 01? Well, he's ahead of Pac-Mobile, who's ahead of Sad Knuckles, so Curb is going to be your leader for the first time today after the pit stops have been completed. And Daisy's now going to line up third. Fourth is Spark It Up, then Meloetta, 7th. 8th is sixth is Whimsicott. 7th is Hubris. 8th is Mr. Kill. 9th is Sheepmobile, and 10th is Grimnir Nation. And I guess in 11th, Dragonite falls all the way back to 12th. Shadow falls all the way back to 14th. Yeah, that pit stop, or that incident with the 00 really slowed him down. TV2 is just such a better camera for this track. But Curb just trying to finish this race in the laps he's got left. As I say that, we got an alert. It is the 56 of Suncube on pit road again. And Gun, so maybe they're taking their stops. So normal, they pitted very late, so playing the long game, I see. So Daisy makes her way around the 70 of 70 sider for position. Pac-Mobile actually gained a few spots off of pit road, but he's still not doing too well in 28th. Neither is Road Toad, so. While Curb is having trouble getting around these lap cars, Sad Knuckles seems to be having a good time trying to pass him. Or pass them. Now the lead pack is thinned out quite a bit. With all these lap cars that are in the mix as well, that could lead to some very interesting scenarios with our leaders as Curb now gets around Gun. Now I'm going to take a little bit of a water sip. And after all that, fastest lap is still the 98. No one has really surpassed their fastest laps of the race, especially after those pit stops. Actually, no, Gentle Cat got his fastest lap, but he is currently 25th fastest, so that is not ideal. We saw Pac-Mobile there on that pan go way wide, being forced out of line by, I think, by Rotoad, and now he's running with air traffic cone on that top lane. Daisy now having a lot of trouble. She dives way down trying to get past the 96, but no avail for her. She's having a lot of issues getting around this lap traffic. And same issue as now Sad Knuckles has caught up to the leader Curb. Can he get past him though? He dives to the inside. Let's see how good he is on the inside lane compared to the outside lane. Actually, hold on. Let me check something real quick. Oh my god, Maverick is running Phoenix at the same time. And I think... if I am correct, NASCAR... oh no, they're at Richmond, never mind. So another league, Maverick Cup Series, is running at Phoenix right now. Which is kind of wild. Similar track too, I think. I think it's just a more modern version of Phoenix where it wasn't called ISM Raceway, but that's kind of neat. But now we have a new leader. The 82 Sad Knuckles is out front here at ISM Raceway, or Phoenix Raceway, whatever the hell you want to call it. So let's see how far this 82 can keep the lead. He is running better lap times than Curb is, but not by very much. And Curb is really going the inside lane, but Daisy's still pretty far behind. She's running really bad lap times behind this lap traffic, so she is losing her momentum pretty quickly. Whimsicott now running 4th, or 5th actually, behind Spark It Up, who has fallen back significantly to 4th. And he's caught in this lap traffic as well. These guys really need a caution in order to get back up to where they once were and potentially have a chance to battle for the win, because they are not really doing too good in lap traffic right now. So they really need a caution flag in order to get back up to where they've been in this race. Look at Mr. Kill trying to make a move on McQueen right here, who's lap down. Oh, Bowser really dove it in there to the inside of the 60 of the cube that they get. Gets around him with no issues whatsoever, but that was for position, so he's going to be in the 32nd spot now, but he's still not doing too great overall. Daisy now taking the outside line to get past Gentle Cat and potentially Road Tide as well, but she's still got a bunch more lap cars to pass before she can get to our leaders. Now Sad Knuckles is running away with the lead ahead of the 24 of Crush Cube. Suncube really slid into the corner right there. That's the thing you do not want to do at a track like this. Uh-oh, alert on the bar. It's a 74 of Colsteel with an engine failure. He's going to be... Oh, he's got a long way to go until he gets to pit road. That might be a yellow if he can't make it to the end. I don't think he can make it. No. That might be a yellow flag. Whoa, around he goes. Oh, and Curb gets collected. Oh, and... Uh-oh. Okay, no pilot from that, but that's definitely going to bring out a yellow. Yep, caution is out for the first time tonight. As the 74 blows an engine and collects one of our leaders, by the way, and also collects a 22 of air traffic cone. So that is the caution that these guys needed, like Daisy and Spark It Up, as she just actually passed him for position. That's what these guys needed so that they could get back up to the front. And, oh wow, what is Bowser doing? They are really trying to sort out their positions right now. That is not what the 82 need at all. So they're all going to line up on the inside on this restart. And 74 already out of the race with accident damage. I believe he's going to be last car. Oh, slow down, 93. Slow down. Don't do what I did at Talladega the other day. Don't upshift too early. But air traffic cones on pit road. Looks like Curb might also be on pit road after that. Looks like he is, so... 01 is in, and he is not out of the race, so he's going to try and fix the damage he's got. So now he will get off the pit road. So him and air traffic cone will survive that crash, but a tough break for Curb, who was running second when that crash happened. But if everyone pits this time by, he might be in a good position. And it looks like Crush Cube is coming into pit. Interesting. Looks like no one else is, though, so... Don't really know what his plan was there. Looks like he's taking fuel only. Or maybe he got penalized, let me see. No, he did not get penalized. So we will be going back to green in a couple of laps here at Phoenix. After our first caution of the day, took out Colsteel out of the race and Curb out of race contention. As he has fallen back all the way to... Where is he? 24th. So even though he did lead some laps and he got those 5 bonus points, still going to be a big blow to his chances to win this race. But now, Daisy is in second place. She will line up on the outside on the restart, which has been a good lane for the last half of the track. Spark It Up will be third. Fourth is going to be Whimsicott. Fifth is Mellowetta. Sixth is Hubris. Seventh is Sheepmobile. Eighth is Mr. Kill. Ninth is Grimmer Nation. Now I guess finally breaks the top 10 for the first time tonight. Or today, in context of the track we're racing at right now, so... And you can see the giant cactus by the start-finish line is taking cues from my little light setup here, as it's all lit up for the caution flag. You can't really tell because of the... We can look at it right there and see that it's yellow. We are going back to green next time by. All the leaders are going to line up on the outside lane. All the lap cars lining up on the inside lane. Oh, and Gentle Cat has another tire failure. He is going to come back down to pit road, I believe, this time. So, more problems for that 71 team, who's just had a terrible season so far. He was running for a championship, but his season has just been much to be desired. But this will be really interesting with all these lap cars that are on the inside line trying to battle for position, especially with Curb way back there on slightly fresher tires than the rest of this field. So, let's see how he goes through that. We're going to go back to green for the first restart of the day. Green flag is back out here at Phoenix. All the lap cars diving way down the dog leg. Whimsicott took a little bit of a look, and now Meloetta is going to be the first to break the inside lane of our leaders. Oh, Pac-Mobile and Sad Knuckles get really close together. They're going to be 3 wide, almost 4 wide into the corner. They are very, very dicey together, as now both Daisy and Sad Knuckles are going to have a great run on the outside lane. Oh, Pac-Mobile got shoved up the corner by Road Toad, and now Sad Knuckles is going to get away a little bit. And 21 has a problem. That's this coolant leak for the 21 of, I forget who that is off the top of my head. That is Mr. Kill. So he may have to come down pit road. Oh, he's going to try to attempt it. Oh, and he somehow makes it work. Oh, but around goes Curb. And Klonoa's in the wall, and Tram is involved, and so is Crush Cube. Is the caution out? Looks like it is. Yes, caution. And that all stemmed from 21 having to come down pit road again, and Curb gets involved in another incident. That's what happens when you're back in the pack. So let's see what happened to these guys on this caution flag. So Mr. Kill comes down pit road. They all get stacked up behind him, and yep. Tram, air traffic cone, looks like one piece. Klonoa again involved in a crash. Crush Cube also involved, so problems for some of those guys that were hanging around the back, and Klonoa's going to come to pit road. Only one to come to pit road after that crash is going to be the 79. And Mr. Kill, I believe, is back on track. No, he's not. He's now just coming off the pit road. So just an unfortunate set of circumstances for those guys, as now we are 2 cautions in, both back-to-back, as like I said, things start to get pretty hectic on these later restarts with all the lap cars on the inside lane. And Klonoa's going to attempt to fix that damage, but yeah. And Klonoa gets off the pit road and is going to attempt to finish this race. Mr. Kill all the way back at 36th now after that crash, so was in the top 10, and that's going to allow Shadow to get back up in the top 10 after his incident. Or he didn't have an incident, he's just back in the top 10 in general. He's going to be battling with Igus on this restart. And Goob in 11th, 12th is Heihachi, 13th is Pock, 14th is Golgamobile, and 15th is Dragonites. So they'll be restarting next time by, I believe. They're all lining up on the inside, getting ready to restart on this lap with about 41 laps to go. Not a lot of track like this, so we gotta make it count. especially these closing laps. Let's see how good of a restart the 82 can get this time. So before we restart, a little bit of track history. The dogleg originally had grass on the inside lane where they go down to make passes, but now that's been replaced with the asphalt that we know. That's it. That's all the track history I got for you. But this is a track I've always wanted to go to in person, even though it being the championship race IRL is a bit of an interesting topic. Oh, Sad Knuckles did not get a good restart. He's toe-to-toe with Pac-Mobile. It's now Roto's trying to make a move on Pac-Mobile for position on the inside. Let's see what Daisy can do in the inside lanes. They all kind of slide going into the corner. 3 wide once again for our leaders. Very, very dicey group right there. But now Spark It Up and Daisy trying to make some moves as Side Knuckles once again gets away from that restart. Look at them all fan out going into the dogleg right there. Look at that big wad right there. That is something to behold. But now Daisy, all she has to do now to try and pass for the lead is to get past Pac-Mobile, but those tires are not warmed up just yet for that 44. She needs more time to be able to get a good long run. Look at the 51 of Among Us trying to pass Spark It Up. Even though he is a lap down, he can still pass him and mess him up, but that's what he's trying to do right here. And now Daisy trying to draft off of the lap down 97 of the Pac-Mobile for position. Just needs a little bit more elbow grease in there to try and get to the 82. She did gain that last lap, so she's looking for some more momentum. She slides into turn number 1, though. And the 98 is going to clear any other lap cars he's battling with. So Raccoon is now in the top 10 for the first time in a little bit. And Curb is back up to 6th after his crash. Wherever he is in this giant wad of cars. Is Shadow a lap down? No, he's just 9th. So he is definitely within reach of the rest of this group. But Curb is, it says it's in 6th place. Oh no, that's fastest lap. What am I looking at? That is definitely not the running order right now. He is all the way back in the pack. But now Daisy and Spark It Up are going to clear Pac-Mobile here and try and fight for the race win if they can actually get to the 82, who's been so dominant all race today for Red Bull Racing. Shadow going 3 wide with Space Cube on the inside, or in the middle. Hubris on the outside. One of them is for position, so he is going to get ahead of Hubris here for the 7th spot, I believe. But they're still really grouped together. As now the 00 really diving down there and trying to get a position on U-Haul. Or on Gogomobile, who Gogomobile is almost in the top 10. So a great rebound for that 13 team, who did not have a good start to this race. Same for Toasto, who's now 14th, so he's been avoiding the problems staying on the lead lap, and he's now doing a good job getting his way potentially into the top 10 if he can get some more spots. But now Daisy has caught up to the 82. Pac-Mobile is doing a decent distance, keeping his pace as well. Can he? Oh wow! Slides up again in the corner. Just really having trouble getting a grip in turn 1. So that's where Sad Knuckles is better at than the 44 Oh, Packmobile, though, trying to mess her up. Trying to get back on the lead lap. If he does get back on the lead lap, he'll be able to gain more positions if another caution does come out. Oh, I forgot to turn the caution lights and the graphic back off. Oops. There we go. Still getting used to that. Oh, Daisy got a little squiggly into the corner into turn 3. But she's still right behind the 82 trying to look for the lead. She had a slightly worse lap time than Sad Knuckles, but she's trying to run the outside lane in the corners, which is a really interesting choice. Oh, but she's lost a lot of momentum there and cuts right in front of the 97 to Packmobile. She must be really struggling with grip right now. Is now Spark It Up trying to get past the lap car. Whimsicott now in 4th. 5th is Grimnir Nation. Like I said, owner of this cube is the winner of the last race here. Even though that race was cut short, but now, oh my god, Windows, shut the fuck up. I don't care. I'm gonna try and fix that by the end of the next race, or by the next race, but so now Spark It Up trying to get around the 97. Having a lot of problems, but Daisy, who has been good on the long run, so she just needs no more cautions in order to catch up to this 82 and pass her for the lead. She had a really good run in turns 1 and 2 there. She's going to be right on the back bumper going into the back straightaway, and she's looking to the inside, but not going to get much out of that. Ooh, she's gonna go wide again, trying to get to the back bumper at the 82. She's like she's got no brakes or no grip. Really struggling with the turning of that cube. Now Spark It Up could potentially pass her. And the 82, like I said, she took it wide once again. She really needs to work on her corner entry in order to try and actually pass this 82 for the lead. With 26 laps to go that time by the way. Sheepmobile is now in the top 5 for the first time in quite a while. Same with Whimsicott, who has been on a surge in terms of points recently. Could become a championship contender if the stars align, but don't really see that happening, but it could still happen. Now dealing with the lap car of Gun, the 89 is, and now Daisy's still having trouble getting around this 82 for the lead. So if she does, she'll probably not have an easy time staying ahead of him. That's for sure. There's the 2 slower, damaged cars of Klonoa and Crush Cube. There's Toasto, who's fallen back since the restart, but is still doing a pretty good job holding on to 16th after a bad qualifying run for that team. Same with Raccoon, who had a good qualifying run, fell all the way back, and now is now up to 15th. I guess it's fallen back to 12th since the restart. And Golgomobile now in 11th. We've got an alert. It is the 98! The 98 of Spark It Up with an engine problem. He's going to have to pull down to pit road. He was running in the 3rd position. And things can change just like that. And the 98, who's having such a good run, led some laps, is going to have to unfortunately finish multiple laps down, probably out of the race as well if the damage is terminal. But what a bad stroke of luck for that 98 team. As he pulls down pit road. He's going to attempt to get that fixed, but he's going to go a lap down in the process. Meanwhile, Daisy is catching up to Sad Knuckles just inches and inches every lap, closer and closer. Now right on his back bumper. She really needs to learn to take the inside lane by the start-finish line so that she can get there. But with the 89 falling out of contention, that means the 13 of Gogomobile is now in the top 10. He could probably beat the points leader after this race, considering Tosto is not doing too well. Daisy now taking the outside lane. This is what she needs to take the lead away, but now the 22 of air traffic cone is up there as well. She had a bad corner there, though, in turn 4, but now that 22 is really slow right in front of the 82. Slows them down, slows both of them down. They're going to thread the needle around the 22 to try and battle for a spot. Oh, that 22 is really slowing down Daisy. But she's going to pass him on the inside lane and get back to work to passing. Actually, she may... Oh, almost hits the wall there. Very, very close between the 44 and the 22. As the 22 is currently the slowest cube on the track right now, being involved in the last 2 cautions. Pac-Mobile dives down, gets around here with no problem. He could actually cause a wreck, so we're going to work it. Here comes Daisy to the inside, trying to take the lead away from Sad Knuckles for the first time today. He's better on the outside, though, so she's got to be really careful with diving down. She's got to work on that inside lane. And she's not going to clear him, but she will lead the lap. Not going to clear him. Now she's going to clear him there. Now, I think. Still side by side, but she's going to have a better run in the inside of the corner. And now she has cleared Sad Knuckles, leads her first lap of the race, and is going to try and run away with the lead, but who knows if that 82 will be better on the long run than she is. She's the second fastest cube in the race so far. And looks like... Oh, the 98 is out of the race, so problems for the 98 of Spark It Up is going to take him out of the race once again. Same thing that happened to him at Rockingham, or a similar situation. He got screwed over by a pit stop there. But now Daisy getting away with the lead, looking for her second win this season, where short tracks have been pretty good for her. That's where she last won, at Rockingham. And a late race pass is what caused her to get that win at Rockingham. So if she can stay ahead of the 89 for just 16 more laps, she'll get away with the second win and potentially be the points leader as well, because she is third in points and potentially could be a champion if she continues up this great consistency. But Montreal is up next. That's a track that could take people out in a flash. Same with Coca-Cola Super Speedway, the Chicago Street Course, and Homestead Miami had some pretty interesting championship battles last season. And Bristol's, we still have a race at Bristol too, so a lot of interesting tracks left up that could potentially shake up the championship implications. As Cubecar now in 4th place, getting around Among Us, and now that means Whimsicott will probably finish this race at the podium, which will be good for that team. Grimnir Nation looks like he's going to get a top 5. Shadow is now going to be in 6th, or 7th now, because Meloetta's in 6th. 8th is Goob, 9th is Grimnir Nation, and 10th is Hubris, who has fallen back a little bit since her top 5 run earlier in this race. But all eyes now are on Daisy, who just needs to not do what Spark It Up did and make it to the race. Dang, this all this commentating has led to my sinuses acting up again. I hate it. Damn, apparently Temtem is going no longer having live service anymore. That's wild. Daisy ran a 10th of a lap faster than Sad Knuckles did. They're just about even in terms of lap time. She just needs to... It looks like she's locked down her grip issues so far for the rest of this race, so she seems to be doing pretty good. So she's got to close it in for the next, lock it in for the next 12 laps of this event. The real battle, though, is for 8th and 9th between Goob and Gogomobile. These two, both winners this season, looking to have a decent finish in this race. Now she's getting up to a pretty decent lead, but here's the thing that could potentially unwind her lead. The two slow lap cars of Crush Cube and Klonoa, both involved in wrecks earlier in this race. Daisy has to get around both of them in order to try and keep her lead ahead of Sad Knuckles, who is running about 3/10 slower than Daisy did last time. But now she's going to dive on the inside, take a look past Crush Cube, gets way on the apron. Bold move from that 44, the same bold move that put her to the win at Rockingham, and she is looking forward to getting that win here today in Phoenix, and gets past the 79. And the next closest lap car is Kerr, but I don't think she's going to get to him before the end of this race. Maybe. Whimsicott now gaining a little bit on our leaders, but not too much. He gained about 2/10 that last lap, so looks like he is going to either battle with Sheepmobile for third or just stay in third and get that podium position. 5th, 6th, and 7th, though, looking pretty lively. Now Shadow trying to pass Meloetta for position here. He's going to look to the inside on our 7 car. Going to fall back a little bit to the clutches of Gogomobile and Goob. And Hubris trying to hold off that last top 10 position from the 19 of Igus, who is running the outside lane. A very good strategy to do at this track. She seems to be doing better at that than Hubris is. Sad Knuckles has cleared both Klonoa and Crush Cube, but I fear that the damage has been done already to his chances of winning this race. The final nail in the final coffin in his chances to win here today. Now Daisy looking to cruise to her second win of the season here at Phoenix. Oh, Klonoa goes way wide trying to get past Crush Cube. They're on equal pace, but they're about to slow up Packmobile. And Sheepmobile now clears Bowser and looking to take third place away from Whimsicott. This group in the top 10 doesn't seem to be doing too much action, though, but what was potentially a first-time win for the 82 of Sad Knuckles, who was a last-second entry after a entrant broke the rules on submission. 3 laps to go for Daisy here today. To go. Sad Knuckles is losing more and more time to our leaders, and the rest of this group, well, these 3 could probably get some action together at one point. Look at Goob making a run on Milliweta on the inside, trying to get 7th place. More points for his potential championship run, I presume. But now coming out of turn 4 to the white flag for Daisy. This is her final time around Phoenix Raceway, a race that finally is able to be completed after last race's rain delay. And drove a pretty good race, was the 2nd fastest car all day. And when the fastest car of the race managed to skimp out in the end, it's when she managed to capitalize and take home the trophy. Daisy gets her 2nd win of the year here at Phoenix Raceway in a dominant late race performance. Sad Knuckles gets 2nd, Whimsicott gets 3rd, Sheepmobile 4th, Grimir Nation 5th, Shadow 6th, Milliweta 7th, Goob gets 8th, Gogomobile gets 9th, and Hubris rounds out the top 10. And Daisy almost hit the barriers coming to pit road, so we're going to accelerate to the end here. Now we're going to exports. And I believe after this she will be in the points league because the rest of her championship contenders, or most of them at least, did not have a very good points day. But thank you all for watching here today after Daisy takes home the trophy at Phoenix for her 2nd win on the season. And tomorrow night, hopefully, before my big vacation to Richmond, we are going to... where is it? There it is, Montreal, for the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve race in Canada, our only international race this season. That's not a fictional track, so thank you all for watching here today. I'll see you tomorrow night, and good night.